Hey, everybody, how's it going? So this is the theme of mistakes I've made over the years. I want to protect you folks from. I've done this a long time, and this is mistakes the number nine, and it's basically bringing something to the table. Oftentimes, when you're successful in real estate, or maybe you're not successful yet, but you're hustling, you're out knocking on doors, you're driving around, you're making phone calls, cold calling, everything. Trust me, you're going to meet people who want to piggyback on your success or your efforts. Okay. And if you're caring, compassionate person, it sometimes is easy to let those folks take advantage of you, you know. And I want to tell you this, maybe you bought a course or something, you spent a lot of money, maybe you went in debt for it, and you got your buddy who's, not doing much, and he wants to be a real estate investor too, and he wants to be your partner, and you're letting them watch, all have access to all your software and stuff you paid for. And they're really not doing a lot. They're not bringing a lot to the table. Who paid for the course? You did, right? You know, happened to me before. I've had guys that, or another example, if you maybe have a realtor who's trying to like give you stuff and it's really not what you're looking for, and they're trying to push the stuff. And here's the point, okay? Protect yourself, protect your assets, because you're going to be involved. There's a lot of people out there who see your success, see your efforts, the phone calls you're making, the cold call and say, and they're going to want a piece of the action. Or hey, 1 2 3 Main Street's all run down, and then maybe you do that's all I say. Nothing else. Don't do any work. Just, this is a house over there. It's green. Maybe you buy, and you do all this work and you sell it, and the wholesaler signing the contract or whatever. But they want a piece of the action, and you have to ask yourself, what did they bring to the table, right? And I say it because it presupposes wisdom in your part. Certainly, it's important to take care of people. Where I'm going with this, though, is this: really protect yourself. And when you do any kind of business in real estate, it's okay to work. You need to work. No man's an island. You need to be able to work with other people. But it's very, very, very important. I can't emphasize this enough, to engender business relationships where you are bringing something to the table, and the other person, vice versa, is bringing something to the table. Does that make sense? You work with a realtor, for example. I would not recommend you use a realtor if you're just starting out doing a lot of wholesale deals to try and find properties. Okay. Well, then how can you work with a realtor? How about this? Perhaps when you're talking to a seller directly and you can't you can't buy the house at the right price, et cetera, et cetera. The seller still wants to sell a home. Perhaps you can refer that seller to the real estate agent, and the real estate agent gets the commission. Do the math, and the $400,000 home agent made 12 grand a commission, kind of thing, right? So I hope you understand it. Every business relationship you have, be it with a contractor, with a realtor, with a surveyor, with anybody, a title company, they've got to bring something to the table. Okay. And you've got to bring something to the table. It's very important you work that out. Okay. Because if you don't, you spend a whole bunch of time not getting anywhere. Okay. It's no fun when you do all the work and someone gets paid for it. It sucks. Right. And it sucks being around people also that not helping your business grow. Conversely, if you're out there doing all the stuff and you're not really thinking about how you can bring value to a realtor or a contractor or a buyer, they're not gonna. Why would they want to do business with you? No one's running a charity here. Does that make sense? So remember, the moral of the story is: bring somebody to the table, and when you work with other people, expect them, like reciprocity. They're bringing something to the table too. So I hope that makes sense. You need some help, maybe some clarification on this. Just schedule a link below. A strategy session, Zoom call, whatever. We could talk about your situation. I can help you. Perhaps we could do some joint ventures together. But I'll Godspeed, and we'll see you on the next video.